Hello, justtwogood here with an extremely rare LEGO set review. This is the Overwatch 2 Titan set, which has released in very small toy stores. If you have one near you, go check it ASAP. But on a whole, this is in a very limited quantity because LEGO pulled their partnership with Blizzard just for the moment. We don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing or if they're totally canceling the partnership. But as it stands, the release of this set is up in the air. It was supposed to come out February 1st, but now we don't know if it will ever release. But who knows? I hope it does. It's cool to have an exclusive product, but I would love people to enjoy this set just as much as I have. Either way, if you found it at retail price in the United States, it's $70 with 901 pieces. While both minifigures in this set are exclusive, Mei is just an exclusive character. There's no other set with Mei in LEGO, and this design is fantastic with an exclusive hairpiece only included in this set. That design has even some printing at the top. It's just a really well made piece. Look at that. That's awesome with those 3 different colors printed on that one base dark brown. Other than that, that face print is exclusive as well. The torso and the legs matching her Overwatch 2 outfit. For her weapon, it's a pretty good interpretation in LEGO. I mean, it is like a chunkier weapon, so they use this stud shooter right here. It's nice seeing a stud shooter again. Those are just mean to death and they kind of died off. But there you go. You push down there and it shoots out the stud. And then at the back, you have Snowball. And Snowball has that exclusive printed top that was originally introduced with BB-8 from my understanding. And you can see how that build connects with a neck attachment, a clip connection, and that piece with the bar and the 1x1. Another 1x1 under the Snowball headpiece, cylinder, and then another stud at the bottom. And removing the neck attachment and the Snowball equipment, you can get a better look at the back of Mei's torso and then her alternate face, which you can see how this hairpiece is built at the back with some nice detailing and that ponytail. But anyways, alternate face, she looks super happy there. That's just too adorable. As for Tracer, this is a new version for Overwatch 2 with that updated torso and legs exclusive to the set. Face print, that's also different from the original one, exclusive to the set. Same hairpiece from the original set, though. You can get a better look at the face printing underneath. And then at the other side of this minifigure, there's an alternate face, as well as that nice 1x1 print exclusive to the set. That just gets attached with another neck attachment. Also note Tracer's guns in this set, getting those in white. But anyways, removing that neck attachment, here's a look at the back of her torso printing. So here is the Null Sector Titan. It's such a tall mech. You can see it compared to the height of Mei. Now you could barely see its small head from this angle. Just right up there. Yeah, that build is the head. But this does have some nice articulation to it. So at the hips, you can move the legs back and forth with a nice range of motion. However, there's no knee joints, so it's always fixed in this specific position for how that's built with the knees. Though you can move some parts on there, like these parts which are clipped on. The feet have a socket joint connection, which has some nice rotation at the bottom. And these guards at the front are just clipped on as well. You get some nice movement with how these are attached with a Technic pin and a Technic axle connection. Both arms have articulation with these shoulder socket joints, and you get a nice range of movement there. And then there's another point of articulation right in this midsection here. So you can move this front part, and the same goes with this arm on the other side. And then there's some articulation all the way down to this hand here where they use a miniature ball joint, so you can rotate it all around there. Now, the main play feature of the set, if you want to call it a play feature, is hidden inside these 2 parts, which are also clipped on. So lifting up this part and lifting up that part, you reveal this center section. And at the back, there's a button you can press right here, which pushing that down will activate a light brick. And you can see that working right there. I will say how this is built with the light brick activation. Sometimes when you press down, it's not going to work. It's like kind of awkwardly placed at the back for this button here. So when you push it down, sometimes it'll get caught at the edges there. And I guess that's why it's not working all the time. Regardless, I like how that can be concealed, and it just works very well with those clips. Speaking of clipped on designs, at the side it's kind of hard to see, but they use those Life on Mars alien arms, which is what I will always call them. I know they're also droid arms, but whatever. And those are nice to get in a purple color in abundance in this set. Now for that top head design, there is some nice movement there with how this is just clipped on with what I say the fork clip up top. And this does use those Star-Lord gun pieces from the original Guardians of the Galaxy set, which they still use to this day. And that actually is nice as the side design on the head there with a 1x1 tile in a translucent red. And this whole top part, I quite like how these back parts are built where they're sticking up and then they have these vent 1x2s. It's just an interesting change up than what I would see from a mech. I also like how at the back, they do cover this up with some inverted 2x2 tiles. That's a nice finishing detail so it doesn't look awful on the back. I actually think altogether it looks quite well at the back, again using more of those 2x2 inverted tiles. It's nice not only from the front, but pretty complete looking at the back as well. Anyways, moving on to the arms, again, some nice shoulder articulation, which you get just some great movement there. And for this left arm over here, both of these arms have these builds of these attachments that are attached with the axle. That is perfect that it just fell off right now. This is a problem I have with the set, where how these guards are built, they very easily fall off. It's kind of like a loose connection with this Technic pin inside this part of the build, and they just tend to fall off very easily, and it's not the most secure connection. Like here it is connected, and if you go like this, it gets loose and then it disconnects. So I kind of wish this was more secure in how it was built. Anyways, back to the left arm. This design has this interesting blaster. I mean, it looked almost like a blade, but looking at the cinematic reveal trailer for Overwatch 2, this is something that shoots. The Lego set itself doesn't have like a stud shooter or anything. It's more of a design. You can see at the end there is that barrel right there. And then we do have this interesting build that's finished off with some 1x6s. I like the studs not on top techniques used here. Again, this center section right here has a point of articulation, so you can move this all around. And then once again with this whole arm at that shoulder joint. I also like how these parts are built up here using these flag pieces traditionally to cover up a bunch of studs. It's just an interesting build technique that looks really cool. In the cinematic trailer, these are revealed to be missiles, and they're hidden under there, so that's kind of cool that you could open it up to look like it's about to launch missiles, but there's no stud launcher here or anything like that. As if that big blaster wasn't enough, you have 6 tiny blasters right here, which are hinge connections, so you can move them side to side, but it's not really recommended because these are just attached at the bottom side of this build here, and they'll easily fall off, the ones closer to the hand here. This section doesn't move independently. It's attached to the second half of the arm with that mid joint right there. And then with that hand design, this has a miniature ball joint. So you could rotate that all around, which is quite fun. And each of those fingers can move independently with their clip connections. And again, that just adds to the level of articulation of this mech. And then wrapping up with the bottom half once again, I like that purple that's added with these 1x2 jumpers. It's just a little bit more to the purple that's with the, you know, the Life on Mars alien arms at the top. Nice break up to the color of white, gray, and black that most of this mech consists of. And at the back, again, nice finishers with those 2x2 inverted tiles. And the feet support the mech pretty well. If you have the mech facing way forward like this, it will fall over. But if it does fall over, I haven't had where like a part breaks off. The only parts breaking up are those guards at the top I pointed out earlier. Other than that, I don't like this small bleeding of the blue there. The blue Technic pins with the axle and pin connection is just the most common color for that piece. That's why they always stick with it. Nice round offs with this 2x2 circular tile and this car hood piece, as I call it, which is consistent on both sides here. Again, this is a complete looking mech from all angles, and I do really appreciate that. But now it's posing time. This is just a freaking sick pose, and I'm glad that you can do this and it will hold up that body weight. Here's another sick pose. And this one about to launch the missiles and with that light brick activating in the middle. Come on. Come on. Told you it's a little difficult to get that light brick. There you go. Anyways, that's it for the builds of the set. Let's take a look at the packaging and the final verdict. The box is what you would expect for a $70 set. And at the back, there's that weird thing that these Overwatch sets do where they have this rendering at the back that just doesn't look like a Lego set. It's hard to explain, but it looks like it's straight from the video game, which I guess is what they're going for. But it's not like other Lego boxes where they'll show the actions of how to operate the set or whatever. The instructions at the very end have an advertisement for Overwatch 2. Well, not even an advertisement for Overwatch 2, just a cool poster. I like that. And other than that, there's not any advertisement for any other sets. You can see the Overwatch 2 branding at the front as well. My personal opinion, which can be different from yours, I love hearing different opinions. I wish this set would release because it's already been out on shelves some places and all over the internet. I know a lot of people do want this set, but I do get people have that problem with Blizzard and everything there. I separate the products from the company a lot of the times, but I mean, I get that. But at the end of the day, we don't know if this set is never going to release, and we'll just have to wait and see. What we have here is a very good mech. I mean, this is not only different looking from other mechs. I like some of those builds just like up top with interesting choices like the small head and then the backing and those hidden missiles and the hidden light brick and then those streaks of purple. But it's very articulated mech as well, which I appreciate. I mean, sure, there's no knee joints, but the articulation that they give here has a nice range of movement. But my favorite part of the set, because my favorite part of Lego, is the minifigures. And Mei is a character I always wanted in Lego form. And it's so cool to see her in this set. And throw in a new version of Tracer and all these new prints associated with those minifigures, and it's really impressive. And a great deal at $70. I mean, if this was any other theme, it would be priced $90 or something like that. But the value here for $70 is a substantial mech build and 2 great minifigures. Sure, it would have been cool to have more heroes in this set from Overwatch, but the value of the build itself makes up for that. With all things considered, I rate this set an 8 out of 10. This is a very strong Lego set. There are some problems, whether it be kind of the faulty light brick connection or those guards at the side, which, who knows, maybe I built it wrong or something like that, where they very easily fall off. But that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if you found this at your local toy store, subscribe for more rare Lego reviews and Lego news and Lego lists, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.